Namaste. Welcome to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Dear viewers, let us now start the program with the main affairs of the day. Dairy traders have said that the government should change its attitude towards them. The 5th National Agriculture Mechanization Exhibition and Agriculture Credit Fair has started in Chitwan from Wednesday. Under the 7th National Agriculture Census, agriculture will be counted in 179 areas in Chitwan district. Plus more. Let us continue the program with the Dairy Association. Nepal Dairy Association is said to supply sufficient milk in the country. The Nepali dairy is also supplied by the private sector. There is a discussion that the private sector is not looked up by the government. The private sector wants more attention, saying that the private dairy cooperatives have been investing a large sum of money. They argue that the DDCs lose money every year. However, the private sector struggles with private investments. Dairy traders have said that the government should change its attitudes towards them. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Dairy traders have said that there should be a change in the attitude of the government towards them. While giving crores of rupees to the structure of the government machinery, the businessmen have complained that they are looked down upon. Most of the businessmen present at the 3rd General Meeting and the 2nd Convention of the Nepal Dairy Association held in Butol, Lumbini demanded that the government should look at it from the same point of view. Chief Executive Director of National Dairy Development Board, Dr. Rajendra Kumar Yadav, said that he has been continuously advocating for the dairy traders who are directly connected to the farmers. He also assured that the entrepreneurs would be involved in the programs to be organized by the government and the board in the coming days. Likewise, Chief of Agriculture, Food Technology and Land Management Division Tulsi Ram Bhandari emphasized on the diversification of milk and said that the state government has been distributing production-based subsidy to the farmers, group cooperatives, dairy entrepreneurs, etc. Central Secretary General of the Nepal Dairy Association, Prahlad Dahal, said that there was a big difference between the government's approach to the DDC and the private sector and urged the government to rectify this situation. He said that there was a need for a change in the government's ambiguous policy of providing grants and loans to DDC, which are incurring losses of tens of millions of rupees, but not even providing loan concessions to private dairy entrepreneurs who have invested millions. Former Central Chairman of the Nepal Dairy Association, Meghraj Bhandari, said that the government should respect the businessmen who have been marketing their produce with positive thinking. He said that the government has been delaying the exemption of imported equipment while operating industries in the country for the production of agriculture commodities. Food officer at the Food Technology and Quality Measurement Office, Vairavaha, Shravan Kumar Dhungana, urged to pay special attention to the purity of milk. Chairman Krishna Prasad Bhattarai presented the action plan on the program. Various office holders were selected in the program. After the news report, let us now continue the program with the news of exhibition in Chitwan. Mechanization is the demand of the country. The new youths no longer want to limit themselves into subsistent agriculture. The exposure to the outside world is creating new thoughts into the people. The travel to foreign countries has created knowledge and awareness in the people. This is a good thing. The youths realize that agriculture is the basis for life on earth. The youths have seen that the outside world is using machines to reduce the human labor. So we can understand that this exhibition is the call of our time here in Nepal. This is why we should all be trying to understand the use of these machines by going to the exhibition. The 5th National Agriculture Mechanization Exhibition and Agriculture Credit Fair has started in Chitwan from Wednesday. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
The 5th National Agriculture Mechanization Exhibition and Agriculture Credit Fair has started in Chitwan from Wednesday. The expo has started from Wednesday in the hall of Chitwan Expo Center of Bharatpur Metropolitan City. Speaking at the inaugural session of the expo, Secretary at the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, Dr. Govinda Prasad Sharma, said that all three levels of government should be involved in modernization in the agricultural sector. He said that the contribution of hard-working farmers has led to self-sufficiency in milk and meat, adding that vegetable production has increased. Stating that the increase in food imports was worrisome, he said it was important to attract youth to meet the added challenge. Similarly, Chief Executive Officer of Navil Bank, Anil Kishori Shah, said that agricultural mechanization and modern technology should be used to increase agricultural production in Nepal. Stating that the agricultural production has started declining in the ancestral way, he said that modern technology should be adopted to increase the production.
Sustainable banking नयाँ किसानको लागि प्रोडक्टै छ आएर एकचोटि कुरा गर्नुहोस् सँगै हामीले चाहिँ नेपालको माटोबाट चाहिँ नेपाली पेट मात्रै हैन संसारभरिको पेट पाल्ने एउटा वातावरण पनि बनाउनु छ. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Israeli ambassador to Nepal, Kanan Gadar, said that agriculture should be gradually modernized.
I want to say also thank you to Shalom Agriculture for really initiating and making these things possible for the farmers all over the country, 77 districts, and we see the change. This is not my first time in Nepal, and I see the change here in this country. I think also present here are something like 40 or 50 graduates of the program Learn and Earn that was organized by San Vikas Bank, SKBP, that was doing an amazing project.
Similarly, Dr. Revati Raman Paudel, Director General of the Department of Agriculture, said that agriculture machinery tools should be produced in Nepal. On the second day of the fair, discussions were held on agricultural credit and status of agricultural mechanization in Nepal and policy arrangements. The fair will be held till Chait 12.
After the news report, let us now see the news on agriculture census. Agriculture contributes a large portion of GDP in the country. 65% of the Nepali population is dependent on agriculture for livelihood. It means that most of the manpower of the country is engaged in agriculture according to the previous census. The Nepali government should reduce the labor requirement in the agriculture sector and increase the production. This way, the other creative sectors will also be developed in the country. The first priority of the country should be food security. Under this 7th National Agriculture Census, agriculture will be counted in 179 areas in Chitwan district. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
Under the 7th National Agriculture Census, agriculture will be counted in 179 areas in Chitwan district. The 7 municipalities in the district are being divided and counted. According to the District Agriculture Census Office, there are 37 counting areas in Bharatpur, 25 in Ratnanagar, 28 in Khairani, 25 in Rapti, 22 in Kalika, 28 in Madi, and 14 in Ichakamana. According to Agyamurthy Bhandari, chief of the office, 80 employees will be mobilized in the district to complete the agricultural census conducted every 10 years. He said that 6 supervisors and 64 enumerators will be mobilized. During the calculation, the size of the land occupied by the farmer, the consumption and use of the land, the area of the cultivated land, the production of the main crop, and the details of irrigation will be taken. The enumerator will collect data on the use of agricultural inputs and tools, number of livestock, details of diet, manpower involved in agricultural work, and ownership of agricultural land on the basis of gender. Data will be collected on issues such as agroforestry, agro-loans, insurance grants, effects of climate change on agriculture, use of greenhouse methods, soil testing, access to agricultural markets, agricultural residues, and waste management.
After the news report, let us now see the news on fertilizer import from China. We have been having relationship with China forever, as it is the northern neighbor of the country. We have been having business relationship as China produces goods which are to the liking of the Nepali market in terms of price. The low-income people cannot afford high-quality goods, so we look for fair price in the market. Nepal imports everything from China and sends out a lot of money to China. China likes the business with us and is happy to supply its products. Business relationship between the two countries is the reason for eternal peace. Chemical fertilizer has started coming to Nepal from Tatopani, a major trade gateway with China. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
Chemical fertilizer started coming to Nepal from Tatopani, a major gateway with China. According to the Tatopani Customs Office, 232 metric tons of urea manure entered through Tatopani on Wednesday. Silk Market was given the responsibility to import 10,000 metric tons of chemical fertilizer from China. 6 months ago, after receiving the bid, Silk had brought 1,500 metric tons of manure from China for the first time. It is said that some relief will be given to the farmers who are facing severe shortage of chemical fertilizers. The remaining 8,500 metric tons of manure has been brought, according to Silk Market.
After the news report, let us now take a small commercial break. Stay with Krishi Television. After the commercial break, welcome back to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal. Dear viewers, let us now continue with the preparation to take action against Kathmandu trade point. The Nepali farmers have been suffering from different kinds of problems in agriculture. Sometimes the weather, such as drought, rain, snow, and hail, cause damage to the production, and sometimes the wrong seeds and shortage of fertilizer cause a low production to zero production. The country is awakening to new morning in the modern method of cultivation. There are availability of all sorts of developed variety of seeds. However, the Nepali farmers are not educated enough to know what kind of seeds are good for the cultivation. This weakness is taken advantage by the companies selling low quality seeds. The Kathmandu trade point, which sells DY28 varieties of paddy seeds in places where there is no recommendation, is being prepared for action against. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
The Kathmandu trade point, which sells DY28 variety of paddy seeds in places where there is no recommendation, will be taken action against as per the Consumer Protection Act. Speaking at a discussion program with stakeholders, farmers associations, organizations and networks, Benu Prasad Persai, head of the Seed Quality Control Center, said that the company was discussing with the Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Supply to take action through the Consumer Protection Act. The company has decided not to compensate the farmers, even though it was ready to compensate the farmers before. The center has stated that the discussions are underway to take strict action after such a decision of the company. According to the Seed Quality Control Center, the committee has decided to impose a fine of 25,000 rupees on Kathmandu or revoke the license of the company and cancel the variety of seeds registered by the company. Kathmandu trade point, which distributes DY28 variety of rice seeds of a Chinese company not recommended for the valley, had agreed to compensate the farmers. Accordingly, relief was given to some farmers of Kirtipur and Buranilkantha municipalities.
After the news report, let us now see the news on collective farming. In the recent time, the Nepali government has been trying to improve agriculture in the country to achieve food security by implementing different programs. Yet, we get news that the farmers are suffering from different kinds of problems. The farmers say that they are not getting enough support and aids from the government. While the government is pouring the money into the sector, the real farmers are still suffering. Minister of Agriculture, Livestock Development Mahendra Rai Yadav has said that the food sovereignty will be implemented if the collective farming system is implemented. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
Minister for Agriculture and Livestock Development Mahendra Rai Yadav has said that the food sovereignty will be implemented if the collective farming system is implemented. Speaking at the National Symposium on the Right to Food and Food Sovereignty Act 2075 BS, he said that it was necessary to attract farmers towards collective farming in order to implement food sovereignty. Stating that the Right to Food and Food Sovereignty Act has not been implemented even after so many years, he said that the act should be implemented now. He said that the responsibility of implementing the act lies with the local bodies. Minister Yadav said that it was necessary to increase the time-bound budget for food security and to manage the distribution system and marketing of agriculture. Meanwhile, the chairman of the National Farmers Commission, Dr. Prem Prasad Dangal, said that although the enactment of the act was good, its implementation was challenging.
After the news report, let us now see the news on discussion to improve land system in the country. Land distribution has not been very even since the past due to the malfunctioning of the state in the past. The land management of the country should sharpen as the country is very small and the population of the country is increasing. We need to manage land for agriculture and settlement. At the same time, there should be land for eco-balance where there are forests and animals. The need for the land for agriculture is increasing and the built-up areas are also increasing. This has been affecting the health of the environment. This should be the issue to solve with sensitivity. The first meeting of the Thematic Committee on Land Management, Cooperative and Poverty Alleviation has been held for coordination and interrelationship between the federal, state and local levels. Let us now look at this news report for a little while.
The first meeting of the Thematic Committee on Land Management, Cooperatives and Poverty Alleviation has been held for coordination and interrelationship between the federal, state and local levels. The meeting was chaired by Minister Shashi Shrestha. In the meeting, Minister for Land Management, Cooperatives and Poverty Alleviation Shashi Shrestha stressed on the need for all to be committed to implement a single and common schedule at the federal, state and local levels for effective implementation of federalism. Stating that there are still problems in the implementation of federalism due to the centralized mentality even though the country has gone to federalism, Minister Shrestha said that the state and local levels should not look to the center to work within their jurisdiction. She said that the government and the ministry has started work to end all land-related problems forever. In the meeting, ministers of the thematic ministries of all the 7 states said that the lack of coordination between the federal, state and local levels has created confusion in the work, lack of staff management, lack of coordination has added challenges to solve the problems.
This is all in Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Before I go, let us review the main affairs of the day. Dairy traders have said that the government should change its attitude towards them. The 5th National Agriculture Mechanization Exhibition and Agriculture Credit Fair has started in Chitwan from Wednesday. Under the 7th National Agriculture Census, agriculture will be counted in 179 areas in Chitwan district. Thank you for watching Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. I'll be back with more affairs next time. Till then, Jai Krishi, Jai Kishan, Samriddha Krishi, Nepal ko Shan.